Taught these things by the Elohim, fused in part to parts of the American dream. Hip-hop poetry quantum registry to prevent loss of memory. E8 surfer dudes and cliff-hanging intellectuals confused with theories of everything. Tempering with the flu virus atoms could have epidemic proportions like the 1987 smallpox and hepatitis vaccine. Deadly visits to local clinics. The tempering of 1 billion to 4 trillions of degrees, new time, space and behavioral prospects governing symmetries. Entangling truth in knots through hologrammed versions of light. But God's lightning radiates beyond 400 chess. X-rays of passengers in flight, reproducing black holes to disintegrate matter, splitting electrons to spinons, attempting to spin the truth through God's creations like an incandescent light bulb. I'm down but not out. The holographic dream, which is the life we're living within. Dip gold-coated microphone in bromobenzene for flow to repel half-truths and lies. Converting the mass of Jupiter for energy to move at the speed of light. But think of the Creator who has beyond Jupiter and light's combined might, observing objects to collapse their waveform into singular positions with collapse reversal, revealing the theory's miscalculations. Revealing confused physicists and mathematicians' quantum entangled images, reality states, so your reality is a dream and your dream a reality. Could it be we're under mind control, under Satan's monarchy, engineering darkness by generating intense pulses of freakish light, counting down to apocalypse? Science and God's word don't contradict. My phase space mental describes my physique, an isotropy of symmetrical riprap flow on a mic in a booth or on a television show, too raw and real to be accepted, yet too truthful to be rejected, with sound wave properties explained through particle and theory, a sound flux absorbed through ears and into the body, bringing heat to your receiver seat while you're at rest as a mass, escalating dance velocity from rest to motion, attracting real hip-hop through the gravity of the situation, exposing max in whack inertia motion, a flow flux density changing to adapt to every beat, a transmission of content denser than the poetry of Yeats, a quantum mic microphone honing hip-hop, a phase space inspired by God's word up top. God is mightier than Higgs particles plagued with flops, quarks and leptons, electrons and charged protons, high-speed collision of subatomic atoms. If it's the Big Bang, Ayanda asks, who pulled the trigger? Accelerated content from verse to one-liner, the Antichrist pretentiously positronic antimatter, with universal notions as decayed as nuclear particles. Sonic boom bass and nuclear-burst reactions we know God knows by name, the stars and constellations. A cold split second of quark bonding mic and vocal protons. 100th second and the formation of helium through neutrons. Helium and hydrogen forming familiar rhymes of the common world flow. But God's active force flourishes where most will never go or know. Satan's dark forces, an excess, dark-mattered universal fate. True light is obtained through the narrow gate. Hot underground experiments to explain neutrinos and cold matter like holes. Metaphysicists, mathematicians and philosophers, none are aware but he who knows. The more things change, they stay the same. They don't complain part and parcel in Lucifer's game. They think it's classic, I think it's whack, live or starve. God has no flaws under men's many flawed laws. Dream freedom in scars behind steel bars. There is a certain high holiness within God's word in memory. Contrary to these Martian master ceremonies, time is only on the side of he who exists for time indefinite. So, I don't want to dissolve mics when I spit, employ serpent secrets to inject audio with venom, ghostwrite or channel spirits from the dragon. And so my name is nobody important. Die in you and live in him to obtain good fruit. The only way to escape mind control is to live within God's will, like the tetragrammation. The initials Yahweh, Jehovah, the Grand Divine, yet the majority of the mob is incredible, fickle, awaiting the harvest of the grim reaper's sickle, kept busy by inconsequentials worshipping Satan for money. I see remnants of psychological marketing in lifestyles of many instrumental slaves of etiquette, sharing spirit through ears with music so potent, anti-wise McKees with weak lungs, coughing through beats with lofty eyes and doped lines, refusing that piece of humble pie, refuting that sweet down-to-earth taste and leave God with the skies. The truth triggers serotonin receptors to counter depressing anxiety, speeding up learning like Ritalin, but without the side effects a syndrome of X, marks the spot for an autistic vision, countering Facebook effect on mental health. satanic versions of truth-altering personality like antidepressants, the dreaded dopamine effect promoting hedonism and fear, a society as S. AD as social anxiety disorder, healing abused children's epigenetics through the abundance of love, shrinking psychological perceptions of perceived normal behavior, the psychiatry of inventing mental illness for money. A jailed youth who inherited genes from an ex-con father, healthy mental toxins from steady snail pace, mystical magic hallucinating mushrooms, experimental psychology to misdiagnose many as crazy. Misdiagnosed and irreparably damaged, psychology will drive you crazy, getting dumber by the dozen every day, a majority. Like a neurodegenerative disease inflicting brain injury. Every thought pondered is toxic, they say, opting for ignorance, locking their mental away. Delusional philosophers imprisoned in thought. Light therapy from truth in God's word, phototactically drawn towards the light. The humble out of Lucifer's world, curiosity cured the criminal upon revelation of Christ, salvation. A Bible carved from a yohimbe tree to alleviate anxiety, as thin as the line dividing ingenuous creativity and insanity. Smoking drinkers and drinking smokers of addictive personality. The design of enzymes for abnormal reactions to control human life form. Controlling chemical reactions for negative causes. An incomplete periodic table and the mystery of magnetic bacteria, puzzling stem cells and psychedelic psychiatry. I'm waiting on God's kingdom to finally come. This is how messed up this world of ours has become. Nothing much has changed where I'm from. Leather jackets in hot weather, dry grass and burnt timber, old rusty road signs and raggedy taxis with speed fines, old army jackets, blue overalls, humble homes and dusty halls, grazing cows near narrow roads and heavy loads, worn washing on clothing lines, stables and cow kraals, vendors and hawker stalls, loving people and gossip queens, thieves and murdering fiends, hustling musicians, entrepreneurs, dreamers with waking visions, unfaithful women and cheating husbands, friendly foes and fake friends, drunkard youths and scam photo shoots, depressed MCs, alcohol and drug-abused teens, the monetary-minded with passion for flashing vegans, vegetarians and meat eaters, tired travelers and ill-tempered taxi drivers.